Hello and welcome back. You are gaming with me, Mr-Brothgar, and today I got some epic adventure capitalist for you. I've been working on this for the last couple of days here. Kind of actually skipped one of the uploads just because I really wanted to get this thing done, and you are going to see it today. I am going to reveal the fully auto adventure macro. Yes, that is correct. What I'm doing here is a macro, a series of macros actually, that is going to run this game fully automatic and make decisions and stuff like that. Yeah, hands off, baby. That's what I'm going to be doing today, although I haven't actually tested it. So we're gonna see how this all works. Anyhow though, let me just break it down to you how this works. First off, you guys are always gonna be asking me, what kind of program do you use? All right, it's Jivit Macro Recorder, and then you can kind of add into stuff right there. So what I've done is I've gone through and figured out different things that we end up doing, right? So indication on the screen here for investors, you notice how that is kind of got an orangish color to it. That gives me an idea that boom, we got at least as many or more angels as we currently have as far as total angels right there. So you can see it right there. We got Queen Vegetilian right now, and then we got Sex Vegetilian right there. So I know I'm ready to upgrade. So if I see that indication, I can run a program that says, broop, let's restart the angels and get us some more money. So then you got other things like, I got another program. So that's just the reset program, and you can see it right here, all in text format. So that is one chunk. You can think of it as a sub if you're familiar with coding and stuff like that. However, I'm really just gonna make this giant macro, and I'm just gonna run that because you know what, it's a little bit simpler right now, and we can touch things up later if I really want to. So the other thing is another code right here. You can see this one. Boom, pretty simple. It's just a little repeat, but what that does is it's a program that makes sure that the buy maximum is always going to use. So actually, let me just copy this real quick. I'm going to copy it up, and then I'm going to throw it in the program here real quick. So let me just come over here. I can get rid of everything since I have it all saved out as text. So just paste that in there, and I have to run this in like full window mode like this, because for some odd reason I can't make it relative to the window and have it work. So we're just going to make this bad boy run one time, and then if I hit play, what we should see is that it buys whatever, it changes it to maximum. Bam, just like that. So it automatically figured that out, and it's like, okay, now I'm happy. So it runs until it finds that maximum is max. And the reason it knows it's max is because right up here it's like, oh, okay, that's white. So I mean, it's just like little things. I'm really just like hacking the graphic user interface here to actually come up with a way to run these macros. Anyhow, so that's how that works. So we can close that. So that's like buy max, right? So let me show you another one. We also have buy everything. Buy everything is an upgraded version that I have of the auto adventure macro, which was just to buy stuff like that and buy as much stuff. But now it actually buys everything and will start up the businesses and make sure it does like that. And it's also going to run in such a way that it makes sure that the thing on Mars is always going to be running. Not always going to be running, but once it starts it, it's going to maintain it throughout its duration. So it's a little bit clever in that regard, but really just, you know, that's as complicated as just clicking over here where the lemons are. So there you go. That's one's right there. And then we also have other ones that is going to go through and buy the managers. And then the one I don't like, but I have it working anyhow, is the ones that go through the upgrades. You'll see why that I don't like it in a little bit though. Anyhow, let me go ahead and just logically plug this whole entire program together. So here we go. We're gonna start it off with a verify max. So we're gonna do that. These are just little chunks of the program. The next thing I'm gonna bring in is the one I have not used yet. So I'm a little bit nervous about it, but I think it's gonna work just fine. And this is reset angels if the reset angels are ready to be reset. So we're gonna take that chunk, right? We're just copying these out in chunks, and then we're just gonna paste it right below the next one. So here we go. Bam. So now we're gonna verify that it's max, and then we're gonna buy angels if there are angels to be bought. Cool? So the next step after we have reset our angels is to buy everything, or to start buying some stuff. So we're gonna run that, copy all that down, just go right down to the bottom of the screen here. See what I'm talking about? A very large program. Boom. So now we have angels, we got the maximum, we're buying everything, so that's cool. After you've bought everything, the next step you're going to want to do is buy some managers so that stuff can keep running. So we're going to bring in that block. So now we have a block. There we go. So now we have the code in for the managers. Now we're going to buy the upgrades. This is the one I don't like, but you'll see why in a minute. So we're gonna get this one. It's massively long. That's why I don't like it, because I was only able to like just record a thing because I wasn't able to make decisions and stuff. Whatever. There it is. Boom. Okay. So now that I've bought the upgrades, I want to run through it again, and I want to buy everything once again. So let me just grab all this. And now I have a good chunk of code. So what this does, once you enter a world, it's going to make sure that we are on maximum, which is a good thing to do. And then it's going to check to see if the angels are ready to reset. And if it is, it'll reset the angels. If not, anyhow though, it's going to then buy everything, buy the managers, get some upgrades, buy everything again. And then at this point, I'm going to have it change to a different planet. So I'm going to take this entire code, which is a collection of different subs, essentially, if we can just think of it that way. And then I'm going to just paste this over here into its own new little text document, which I'm just going to use temporarily. So I'll just paste it in there. So that is that chunk of code. All right, so that series is already complete. Now, in order to change to a world, I have two different macros that I run. One is change left and one is change right. So when you change to the left, you can go to the moon and back, and when you change to the right, you can go to Mars and back. So change left is a chunk of code that I have over here. So we're gonna go to the moon. Paste that sucker down. Now that we're on the moon, well, I'm just gonna bring back through the whole steps of angels and upgrades and stuff like that. We're gonna copy that bad boy down, paste it down below it. So there we go. Boom! See what I'm talking about? One giant macro. But now I want to change to the right. I'll come back to the left here in a little bit. So this is going to take me to Mars, I believe. Grab everything. Scroll it down to the bottom. So now we're going to change over to Mars. Beautiful. And now I want to run that whole sequence where I'm going to upgrade everything and buy all the stuff on Mars. So I'll take care of that. And then the very last step is to change left once again so that we go back to Earth and we can start the entire cycle over again. So that's the idea. That is the full program right there. A bunch of lines of code. Look at all this. Look at this. I mean, look at that scrolling. Tons and tons of stuff. Let me just hit save on that. There we go. So that's the entire program. It should go Earth, Moon, Mars, Earth, and then you just set it to run infinitely, and it just does it over and over again. That's the idea. So we're gonna see if it works out here or if it ends up blowing up my entire game, and that's what's gonna happen. So let me scroll up to the very beginning here. Settings, playback, normal speed. I'm just gonna play it back once, so it just goes through it once and then it should stop. And we're going to observe what is making me quite nervous, actually. So let me get it in position. Broop, right there. I'm gonna quickly jump on over to the moon, and then we're gonna come back to Earth, and you should see that some of the indicators have been reset. All right, here we go, guys. Woo! I'm a little nervous. I have not actually run it with the investors, so I'm wondering if that code is broken. Because when I was testing it, I was just canceling out of it. I wasn't actually resetting it, but whatever. Let's see if it works. Run! All right, so we've maxed out that. Now we're going to investors. Now we're gonna claim angels. Reset. All right, we got angels. The program quits out of it. All right, so now we're gonna cycle into the buy everything. So now we're maximum, we're buying stuff. We're also running a lot of these businesses at the exact same time. So what it's doing is it's buying left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and then starting up the businesses as it's going back up. So it's running that cycle right there. Once it does that, I don't know, I think 15 or 30 times, it's actually gonna go over there and it's gonna start buying up some of these managers. So we'll see that in just a minute here. Here we go. So it's kind of maxing it out. We don't have a lot of money. It would probably be better to have a short cycle to get a couple of the managers to begin with, but that's all right. I can run that in where we just have a lemon startup and then move on from there, but there's a couple of programs. Anyhow, there we go. We're getting all the managers that we can get right there. So we got a lot of them. I guess there was a few I didn't get. However, now we're going to get some of these upgrades. So it goes over here, checks the upgrades. Now this is the one that doesn't really run quite as well as everything else. We'll buy a bunch of these upgrades. It doesn't actually have a logical standpoint to where it's determining whether or not that is what I want to buy. You know, it's not looking at the color, it's just running a predetermined amount of times. So there's some rough bits about it. However, what we're doing now is we're buying everything again so we can get that sound of money going on. Sounds pretty good. Since it runs a different pattern, it's a different sound than what we were kind of used to with the auto adventure macro. It is kind of a weird sound, isn't it? Now, the one thing you may have noticed in the program thus far is it doesn't check for megabucks. So it's not perfect yet. This is still beta. However, here we go. We're jumping on over to the moon, right? Bam. Okay, we're on the moon. So now it's going to say, hey, I want max. So it's got max. Angel investors. It's ready to upgrade. Boom. We're going to reset this beast. And we're on the go again. Let's start buying some stuff, baby. Yeah. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. You know what? The cool thing about this isn't the fact that it kind of makes the game kind of boring to play because now you don't really play it, you just watch it play itself. It's not that. The fact is the amount of challenge it was to figure out the different ways to actually make these macros run. You got to find little things that I can kind of hack and work and whatnot in order to figure out how I'm actually going to go through and automate the whole thing. So now that it's run once, we're getting our managers, so it does that number. I mean, it's gonna do this over and over and over again, which is awesome. It's really awesome. So here we go with the upgrades. Like right there is one of those places where if this is orange or whatever, then it should just continue to go until it's not, and then it jumps out. But I just wasn't able to get that to actually work for some odd reason, which is weird because I know it should work. Anyhow though, same thing with the upgrades and stuff like that. There's a lot of places for improvement. But still, considering you don't have to touch it, this isn't half bad. All right, here we go. We've completed that. Let's go to Mars and see what else we can get. Oh, let's max it out. Looks like the investors are ready to go. Let's claim some of these bad boys, huh? Boom! Glad I made that smart decision. All right, so this one's weird because you notice how it starts off with the Martians. So I made sure to click on the whole deploy area there and to where to buy and the buttons to actually make that thing go. Whatever. So I inspire the Martians to actually continue to work. Now this one's gonna be interesting on Mars. All right, now just quick buys them all. Okay, that's fine. Boom. That makes it easy. Oh, look at that. See, the Martians almost didn't make it. Like they were that close to not being there, but it just came back and fixed it for me. Cool, cool. I didn't actually test that out. Didn't know if that would work. All right, so what we should see here is that we are actually coming to the end of that very long bit of code, and it should navigate back to Earth. Now, I don't have it set up to continue to keep going. However, we will see if I hit restart on that program, if it will just pick up right there and not buy the angels this time. Because if it does that, then you can actually trust this program to constantly run and continue to progress you through the game. All right, here we go. Navigating to the left. Therefore, we're back on Earth. And it's done. Right? Verify max. Yep. And we're done. All right, so let me go ahead and replay this macro once again to see if it's what it's gonna pick up on. So if I replay this, it should change it to max. There we go, max. And then it goes straight into buying. So it doesn't buy the angels. Awesome. So the program works there. I mean, it's obviously not perfect, guys. But when you think about it, you can sit back and the game can just run by itself. So that brings up an idea of just how fast could you program a computer to play Adventure Capitalist? Which makes me think, I'm gonna have to figure that one out, huh? I'm gonna have to figure that one out. I have another computer over here I could just let it run on, and a different account and all that stuff. So I looked at it, it was absolutely fresh, just lemons. And I'm thinking, you know what? Once I get this thing really humming and, you know, You guys just see how fast a computer can actually play the game. Maybe it'll be like a, I don't know, 48-hour live stream or something like that. Anyhow, though, this is pretty cool. It's just playing out. So now I'm probably gonna jump on over here into the guessing game, and we'll just go from there. So that's pretty much the end of the whole auto adventure macro right there. That's how it works. That's where I'm at with it. And I think it's pretty cool. I was glad I got to share that with you, and I'm glad I put in all that effort to actually figure it out. I'm very satisfied with it. Of course, now I might as well just let it run until it finishes, because, well, it seems logical. One down point, though, is I can't actually use my mouse while it's doing all this, because it's moving my mouse. And if I move my mouse, then I kind of move it a little bit, sort of. Actually, it just really doesn't let me use it. Da 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 da. I'm honestly just sitting here watching this thing like, yeah, buy some stuff. I'm like, yeah, why don't you buy some more stuff? Look at that new upgrade. Yeah, doing pretty good. Don't gotta do a thing. Alrighty, well that was fun to watch for a while right there. It's just like, now that you have automated your game, it's like, oh yeah, I made some money today. Yeah, look at that, oh, 14, okay. Look at that extra money. I don't know, it's just kind of a weird thing. At this point, you almost just want to let it just sit here and come back and be like, oh, I've made a Google amount of money, huh? How about that? I didn't even work for it. Alright, who remembers what planet I was gonna do the guessing game on? Don't, not me, not the guy who made the video. You would think if anybody would know, it might have been me. Apparently not. Aha, there we go. Alrighty, so the last time, now that I've refreshed myself yet again here on the series, which I do pretty much every video. Anyhow though, it was claimed with restart, just that number, and that was on Sunday, which you guys would be happy to know that I actually did do a bit of a recording then, just because I knew I probably wasn't gonna make that. Things just got busy around here. Things got busy, happens in my life, you know, converting data, using the same sort of program here, but actually didn't work because my job easier, dumb boss. Anyhow, that was right over here. Okay, so if I play this guy, open with, please don't break my computer. Please don't break my computer. Don't do it. Alrighty, so I recorded this on Sunday night right around 11 o'clock-ish, which is right when I said I was within a couple hours of when I said it was going to be recorded. So we can see the number right there is 39.515 quinvigidentillion. Now, since the challenge was on Earth, unfortunately, since I wasn't able to max out all the businesses based on how the challenge was working out, it was one and done, so I could only invest into a business once. I wasn't able to gain enough over that amount of time to actually eclipse my total amount of angels, so it made really not any sense to restart at that point. So there you go. Anyhow, that's the number though, 39.515 quinvigidentillion. So the closest to that is going to be today's winner for the guessing game. Let's head on over to the comments. 39.515. Alrighty, so starting us off here at the very beginning is Byron Von Zeke. My guess, says Byron here, is going to be 67.475 quinvigidentillion. Yes. 39.5, remember that's the number. So not quite though, but thanks for playing. That's a good guess. It's not actually not that far off. It was pretty close. And he says that he is looking forward to the collab idea, right? I'm forward to that too, so that'll be pretty interesting. And he said many times that I'm going to become one of the best YouTubers out there. Now, I've been thinking about this. Is size really what makes you the best YouTuber, or could you just be the best YouTuber already, even if not a lot of people are watching? You know. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people are watching for as far as venture capitalists go, but you know what I mean. I ain't no PewDiePie around here. Dude's got 40 million subscribers. What? Anyhow, he's calling it out. May 19th, 2016 is that day the channel is gonna get recognized and explode. Right there, May 19th, dude's predicting the future. 67.4. Right there. Thanks for playing. Oh wait, hang on. Robin Fury's coming in and just making it all work. Okay, I understand. All right. Dara Snaps. Boom. Guessing something completely irrelevant, but that's all right. 11,099 red dirt total. Close, but no cigar. Indifference. My guessing game this time shall be your total kills in your next Black Ops video. Okay, completely random Dara Snaps. Who could have expected such tragedy? I don't no idea. Anyhow, your guess is going to be 17 kills. I guess I'm gonna have to go and play the game next time and figure it out. Anyhow, the cool thing about my guessing game is that I win every time because I'm the only one that plays forever alone. Anyhow, though, Mixed Games coming back here and saying, nope, I'm playing too. 23 kills. I think your special little guessing game that you are not so alone, Mr. Dara Snop. Throwing it down, people. You guys are guessing on my next one. How many kills can I get? Next thing you know, I'm just gonna be doing all knives and I won't get any kills. We'll have to see though. I have some great ideas, some future stuff that's going to do well for the Call of Duty channel. I believe, hopefully. I got all the science figured out of how to do the gun stats, and it took a while. Like math, I gotta do math, like real legit math, like algebra and stuff to figure it out, but I gotta figure it out. So you don't be seeing that. Anyhow, that's like off on a different tangent right there, because I don't know if I'm gonna have time for that, because I'm gonna be watching Star Wars this weekend. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. It's been like the most hyped thing on the planet. Christmas? What's that? I didn't even notice it was winter around here. I thought it was the season of Star Wars. Anyhow, ZXFlow.0 or ZXFlow. For your next challenge, you should play blindfolded. All I gotta do is find the play button for my macro. Boom! I can play blindfolded. I don't even have to be here. I can be on the other side of the planet. Matter of fact, I can play while I'm dead. How about that? Just as long as my dying breath is clicking the go button. Think about that. The Brothgar live stream that never ends, even after death. Still playing Adventure Capitalist, trying to get that super Google money. Googleplex, or whatever it's called. What is the Googleplex? Googleplex? The double Googleplex? I don't know what that one is. That's what I'm going for. Bloopers, back from the grave. I arrive. When is your next live stream? Just did it. Yep, that was like an hour ago. 210 quintillion there. Thanks for playing, Bloopers. So far, the closest person here is Byron Von Ziggy, because he's the only one to actually play the guessing game. Oh, I take that back. Bloopers, but quintillion is not close. Dropping back on down here to MLG Game Master. Oop, a little hiccup there. And sorry, dude. I like burped all over you. I like cheese. You know, I like cheese too, actually. Thin slices. The thinner the slice, the better. As long as the cheese isn't too dry. I don't like dry cheese. I am cheese, says the cheesy gamer. Nom. You just got ate up by Zang. I don't even know what's going on in these comment sections anymore. Ridiculous. The mystery name says first again 3 times in a row. Bam. That dude is on time every single time. Congratulations. You have won nothing, says Robin Fury. Dare Stops is giving him a slow clap. So he won more than nothing right there. And Mixed Gamers coming in with something that hardly doesn't make much sense. I does not understand. Such deep words. Deep words. Leviathan Gamer, though, is here to rescue us. Adventure Capitalist Golf Challenge. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Every time you get a score above par, upgrade a business all the way you can. I don't know, it was the best I do mixing golf with Adventure Capital. So every time I get a score above par, I guess we're gonna have to determine what par is. What is par? Ponder that and think about it. Maybe drop it in the comment section below, because I'm trying to figure out what par is. Maybe I gotta play a golf game while I'm playing Adventure Capitalist, and then I can do that. But I'm a pretty pro golfer, just letting you know. I got Mario Golf in the other room on Nintendo 64, unless I gave that away. Oh, that's right, it died. My N64 died in a car accident, which was really disappointing. Although I guess it's better than me dying. It threw itself in front of me, take the front of it. It was very tragic. It loved me, and its wonderful banana controllers. Anyhow, that was very sentimental. Let's get back into the game here of Mixed Gamers guessing game. I love you, Brothgar, but always my guess is going to be 473 6 vigilantillion. That would be a good guess today. Unfortunately, I did not make as much progress as we might have thought I would. But thanks for playing right there, Mixed Gamer. Zimming Zang says, hi. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Boom. Responded to. Keaton, after that gong show of guessing, I'm not going to guess this episode. Some people are just guessing a little bit too close, man. People are getting too good at this. For whatever reason, when you do Mac and it doesn't come out completely even number, it makes me want to click it until it is. Force of habit, possibly. Yeah, I mean, there was a time where I was like, you know, everything here should be even numbers and even. As soon as I started just running a program on it, that all went away. Anyhow, though, Rohan's coming in here with 85 Quin Vigitillion. By the way, good luck getting close to those 626 upgrades. P.S. I have 470 of them. Actually, how many upgrades do I got? I don't know. I got this like blue badge thing going on. That's fancy. I kind of wish it would tell me how many upgrades I had there. Otherwise, I gotta go over here. How many do I got? Oh my god. I have 443 of 626. How many do you have, sir? You have 470 of them. Oh, therefore, we are very close. Although you are further. Very close. Hey, that's a way to actually see our progress right there. All this time. Didn't even think about that. How many of those did I have? Oh, don't know. Moving on. Good guess right there. Own English coming in. Yes, finally challenges. Yes. Timmy Masher coming in here with 426. Quinn Vegetarian, thanks for playing. Super MK8 Pro 10 Duo Trigatillion. Boom. Says what I believe to be is a bear, like a teddy bear. Really big, creepy eyes. All right, Super MK8 Pro. Thanks for playing. Cheese Gamer, the dude who is actually cheese in real life, makes him. I was about to say SpongeBob because he looks similar color to cheese. Cheese Gamer, which is my guess is 155 Quinn Vegetarian. Thanks for playing. I don't know where that comment was going, but anyhow, so many cuts. Ow. Bro says, I am James YT. Everybody's got a few secrets, and that's mine. It's magic, though. Very magic. Lots of cutting is my magic. I just cut. Essentially, that's how it works. Mixed Gamers, I has a challenge for you. Oh, sorry, a challenge for all you need. Oh my God. To do is restart everything after the guessing game, then play on one planet only, and you're not allowed to use upgrades, only managers, and see how much monies you has at the end of the video. And if you do, I guess you'll have 15.858 Quinn Quadritilli. Can't have angel managers either. So what do you this is kind of complicated. I'm still figuring it out. All right. Restart after the guessing. You're only allowed to play on one planet. You're not allowed to buy any upgrades. Okay. That would be challenging. Maybe I'll just do it for one planet to see what you can get. Thanks for the challenge there, Mixed Games. That's an interesting one. Might give it a try here in the next video, which is cool because you got 3 plans to play with. Bam, maybe even do multiple challenges. All right, moving on here. Has our vids, I'm guessing for the first time ever, I think 431 Quinn Vegetarian right there. Boom, throwing it down for the first time. Thanks for playing Hazard Vids. I think so far, since we're midway through the comments here, Brian Von Zike is still the closest. That first guess, baby, right off the top. Cheesy Gamer, you should be a farmer if you're that good with a haymaker. Ah! Keaton comes back. That joke was a load of crop. Ah, this is getting cheesy up in here. Says Cheesy Gamer. Schwindit, I got played. In different phase, slightly phase, getting thrown down. And Keaton comes back. Admittedly, my jokes were just plain cheesy. Hey man, now you're stealing my joke. Technically though, you were here 5 days. I'll give it to you. Maybe we can just cut that cheesy joke right down the middle and split it. But then again, these jokes are just starting to stink now, aren't they? Anyhow, Cheesy Gamer says, I failed at my duty of cheesiness. Oh, sorry, when I see the opportunity to make stupid jokes, I just go for it. I can't, I know the feeling. GG, LOL, boom. That was a lot of bad jokes. Although Layton here is thankfully down here to get us back on track of the guessing game with 202 Quattro Vegetarian. Thanks for playing right there. 300.234 from 80 games. Quattro Vegetarian right there. Another good guess. A little bit too high. Thanks for playing, guys. Reagan Crisp says, Mike. Hi. Back at you. Jackson's guess. My guess is going to be 56.912 Quattro Vegetarian. Quinn Quat's not the right one. Uh-oh. Thanks for playing, Jackson. I guess so far, like, the only person that's closest, technically Robin Fury's correction of Byron. He's getting weird up in here. I don't even know where to go with this. Anyhow, Damian Young is coming in here to rescue the day with 23. Quinn Vegetarian is going to be my guess this time. Bam, right there. Very nice and close. Under 16 Quinn Vegetarian is how close you are, and you got the word right, so it's all legit. I don't have to like weird with it. Dexter though is guessing down here 70 Quattro Vegetarian. Thanks for playing right there. Damien is now in the lead, and there's only 4 more comments. Is any of those going to be the winners? Jeffrey Johnson, I have been playing this game for a month, and I have 5 Quinn Vegetarian angels and 5 gilded businesses on Earth, 4 gilded businesses on Moon, and 52 undecillion angels on the Moon, gilded businesses, and he's got a lot of stuff. Okay, Jeffrey's got a lot of stuff. I'm playing the game a lot. Mixed Gamers, man, this dude's here a lot today. It's a trick, he pulled it off before. No idea. Talking to somebody. Cheesy Gamer, man, here's a lot of comments here. I just don't understand why Mr. Bay Easy would start start a season 2 Adventure Capitalist and start all over and put into that. Now you guys are going to make a new race series, Adventure Cap. Any feedback? All right, the thing is, he's starting a second season on a different account. It's not like killing his progress starting over. And the whole idea of the race is going to happen with the Christmas event. So kind of irrelevant. That event's just open anyway. Anyhow, that's the plans as of now. GG and Kimmy Magoo is 2.475. Quinn Vegetarian right there. Don't make me bring Shia here, but right there. That's okay, don't bring Shia out, because we have our winner today with Damian Young, who has guessed the closest. Congratulations! Bill, congratulations, right? Bam. You are the winner! Extra exclamation marks for that right there, just to match your 3, 4 with my, I don't know, 9. Bam! Exclamation marks right there. Thanks for playing, everybody, and thanks for playing Damian Young. Today has been a very successful episode of Adventure Capitalist, being able to play the game with the press of a button. You don't gotta do anything. You just gotta sit back and watch it go. Angel investors, it doesn't even worry about it. Look at this. It's like, nope, this isn't gonna happen. It's just gonna play it out. And so what should I do? I should probably just run it again. See what happens. Boom. We're gonna buy Max and it's just gonna run it all over again. Non-stop. Skips the investors, skips the managers. Probably go over there to upgrade, see what we got. Anyhow though, let me just stab this. Yeah, awesome. That's awesome right there. So the next guessing game, which is going to be on Monday, mind you, so it's recorded on Sunday, is going to be the total angels this time, plus what is claimed with restart. So we are at 6 Vigilantillion here on Earth. This is where it's going to be, by the way, plus whatever is claimed with restart. So there you go, there you have it. Anyhow, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Adventure Capitalist. I know I had quite a bit of fun here actually recording this and making that whole macro workout. We'll see where we can go with it. We'll see where we can go with these challenges and just go on from there. Anyhow, thanks for watching, guys. Rate this video up if you loved it, down if you didn't. And if I have earned your subscription, then thank you so much for that. I will see you next time. Have a great day, guys. Peace. Brothgar out. Yeah, what's up, girl? Let's go for a ride. Oops. Girl, that's not what I thought it would be. Don't hate me. 1 million. There we go. Now we're talking. That's the sound of money if I ever heard it. Woo! It's kind of got a weird ring to it. I'm liking it so far. Billion angels on Mars. Oh! Oh, you would have been the closest thus far. But you guessed on Mars. And now you're too far. Hey man, my rhymes aren't that great, but they're punny, aren't they? But right down there is takeout, so that's new. It's got mustard, pickles, and ketchup all over the place, making it look nice and tasty. No! Hey man, you got a little something right there.